Hello coding lovers, welcome to my YouTube channel. This is my 6th video lecture on C++ programming. In the previous video I was showing you how to write a hello world program in C++ programming. In this tutorial, today I'll be talking about constants, variables, data types and keywords. First of all, let's talk about constants. The definition of constant is any information is called a constant. As you learned in the mathematics, constant means whose value is not changed. So same thing here as well. Let's understand in detail. First of all, tell me what is the purpose of making a software? It's very simple. The purpose is to manage any information. Softwares are everywhere. Software in our mobile, like WhatsApp is managing all the information of chatting and all. Then again, software in ATM machine, that software is managing all the transaction related information. Then again, software in online shopping like Amazon, Flipkart, who are managing all the information of purchasing product details, prices, etc. Then again, in our school, colleges or universities, we have again softwares like student information system, which manages all the student related information like roll number, name, address, phone number, etc. etc. So to say in one line, the job of a software is to manage information. Sometimes information is called data as well. For example, 10, this is an information, minus 3, 20.5, minus 8.9, then A inside single quote, dollar symbol inside single quote, then again space inside single quote. So here 10 cannot be equal to 100. Or 10 cannot be equal to 5 or any number. 10 is always 10 only. Minus 3 is always minus 3. It cannot be minus 2 or it cannot be minus 10. So these all are called constants. Any information is called constant. Constant cannot be changed. Now let's talk about variable. The meaning of variable itself is the definition. Variable means which is not fixed, which could be anything. So let's understand in detail. For example, this is a RAM in our system. Now, have you heard about loader? Loader is actually a system software which is the part of operating system. And the job of loader is when we execute a program, loader loads that program from our secondary memory to our primary memory. Secondary memory means hard disk and primary memory means RAM. Loader loads our program from hard disk to RAM. Once program comes to RAM, it starts executing. Now, as I said, without information, without data, program is nothing. Now, once program comes to the RAM, to be managed those data, it has to reserve some block of memory in RAM, like this. For example, if we want to store 10, then it will reserve a block of memory, and inside that block of memory it will store 10. Similarly, if we want to store 20.5, it will reserve a block of memory and it will store 20.5. Similarly, if we want to store capital A, it will do the same thing. Now, to identify this reserved block of memory, the programmer has to name it, like num1, and for 20.5, num2, for letter A, ch. These name of blocks are nothing but called variables. So information inside this block, inside this variable can be changed, can be anything. It could be 20, it could be 10, it could be any value. So this is called variable, which is not fixed. The name of this variable could be anything except keywords. So you will get to know what are keywords in this tutorial itself. Now let's understand about data types. Data type means type of information. What type of information we are gonna store in the program? We have integer data type, character data type, boolean, floating point, double floating point, valueless, void character. These all are primitive data types. We will use valueless data type in function chapter. You will get to know about this later, and initially we'll be using this type of data. Integer means any number which doesn't have point. Like for example value 10 or 20 or 100 or minus 30, minus 1 or 0. These all numbers don't have any point value. Then again we have character data type. Any symbol inside single quote is considered as character data type. Like capital A. If I write capital A inside single quote, then that's a character. Small b. Again any symbol, suppose dollar symbol or @ symbol, if it is inside single quote, or suppose space. If space is written inside single quote, then that's a character. Then again we have Boolean data type. It can store only true or false. If we ensure that data will be either true or false, then we can go for Boolean data type. Then again we have floating point data type. Any number with point is called floating point data, like 10.5 minus 20.0. After point 0 is there, but point is there, so that is considered as floating point. Then again, double floating point. This is similar to floating point, but the difference is the range is more. We can store greater value. Then again, valueless, I'll come up with this in function chapter. Then again we have white character. This is similar to character data type, but the range is more, like double floating point. Now let's understand keywords. So these are the keywords that we have in our C++ programming. Keyword means the meaning of the special words are known by the compiler since earlier. And these keywords can't be used as variable names. Except these keywords, programmer can give any name, and while writing program, you will get to know all the meanings of these keywords. Now, using these keywords, let's understand how to declare variables and assign our data. Like for example, int num1 assigns 10, semicolon. In C++, each line is terminated with semicolon. So here, int is a keyword and num1 is a variable. The name of variable is decided by the programmer. While executing the program, the result block of memory will be integer type. That means in that block of memory, we can store only integer value. Now we are storing 10 in that block of memory. Similarly, int num2 assigns 50. Then float fnum assigns 15.2. So here, float is a keyword and fnum is a block of memory which is a float type, and where we can store constant which is 15.2. Similarly, char, that's a keyword which is for character data type, and val1, that's a variable, and there we are storing capital A, and it should be inside single quote. Then it will be considered as a character data. Similarly, we are storing small n, then again we can store number inside single quote, no matter whether it's a number or not. If we write inside single quote, then that's a character data. Then again dollar symbol, plus symbol, minus symbol, then again space. If space is written inside single quote, then that's a character constant. Then the last one is bool flag equal true. So bool is a keyword which is actually boolean type, and flag is a variable where we are storing true. That means we are storing 1, and false means 0. Now if I ask you a question, what's the data type of your mobile number? There is no point in mobile number, so that is obviously a integer data. If I ask you what's the data type of your mobile balance, so mobile balance has point, so obviously that will be floating point or double. Then if I write in single quote 9, what type of data is it? So that's a character data. If I write your name, what type of data is it? Is it a character data? No, it's not a character data, because your name contains more than one character, and the precondition of character data type is data must not be more than one symbol. Here you can see all are one symbol, capital A, small n, 5, dollar, space, all are one symbol, but your name contains more than one symbol. So that's a string data type, that's a part of secondary data type. I'll come up with this topic later. Secondary data type are created with the help of primitive data type. Primitive data type means int, float, char, bool. These all are primitive data type. So that's why those data types are kept in secondary data type. I will come up with this topic in the upcoming videos. So if I ask you inside single quote, I'm writing -1. What type of data is it? Is it an integer data? No, because it's inside single quote. Okay, so is it a character data? That's not either. Why? Because it's containing two symbols. One is minus and the second one is 1. Now, let's go through this quickly. So constants, any information is called constant. 10, 50, 15.5, capital A, small n, these all are constants. Then variable are those block of memory which are reserved while executing the program to store our constants. Then data types means what type of data we are going to store in that variable. Is it an integer, is it a float or character or boolean? And keywords are those reserved words whose meanings are known by the compiler since earlier. Now one more thing I want to let you know. If we declare an integer variable, how much memory it reserves in RAM while executing the program? This is a very important question. If you have 16-bit of architecture system, then it will reserve 2 byte of memory. If it is 32 or 64-bit architecture, then it will reserve 4 byte of memory. Then again, floating point reserves 4 byte of memory. Character variable reserves 1 byte of memory. Boolean reserves 1 byte of memory. Then double floating point reserves 8 byte of memory, like that. So that's all guys for today. In next video, I'll be showing you how to develop a simple calculator which will add only 2 numbers and display the result. If you like my video, just hit the like button. If you have any queries or any suggestions to me, just drop your comment in the comment section below. I would definitely love to answer all. And if you haven't subscribed to my channel yet, please subscribe to it and see you in next video. Till then, bye bye.